The RMS Queen Mary, a grand ship, a luxurious ocean liner. She was a marvel of engineering and design, a floating palace that captured the imagination of all who saw her. Launched in 1936, she was the pride of the seas. Her decks were filled with the rich and famous, and she was the epitome of elegance and sophistication. But beneath the surface of her elegance, a darkness lurked. Whispers of strange occurrences and unexplained phenomena began to emerge. The Queen Mary wasn't just a vessel for the living, she carried with her the weight of countless souls, both joyous and sorrowful. She would become a home for the dead. Stories of ghostly apparitions and eerie sounds became part of her legend. During World War II, the Queen Mary was stripped of her finery. Her luxurious interiors were replaced with the stark necessities of war. She became a troop ship, carrying soldiers across dangerous waters. Tragedy struck. The once grand liner was now a vessel of war, facing peril at every turn. Off the coast of Ireland, the Queen Mary accidentally rammed her escort ship. The collision was catastrophic. The HMS Curaçao sank, taking hundreds of lives. The sea became a graveyard, and the Queen Mary was forever marked by this tragedy. Was this the start of the Queen's haunting? The ship seemed to carry the weight of the lost souls with her. After the war, the Queen Mary returned to her former glory. She was once again a symbol of luxury and elegance. Passengers marveled at her beauty. But something had changed. The ship's atmosphere was different, as if the past lingered in the air. The ship now carried an eerie silence. The once lively corridors were now filled with an unsettling stillness. Whispers of strange occurrences began to circulate. Were these just stories, or was there something more sinister at play? Or was the Queen Mary truly haunted? The legends and tales of ghostly encounters continue to captivate and terrify those who dare to explore her haunted halls. Over the years, countless passengers and crew members have reported unsettling experiences. Cold spots, unexplained noises, the feeling of being watched. These stories became part of the Queen Mary's legend. Some guests claim to see apparitions, shadowy figures lurking in the corridors. A woman in white roaming the decks, children laughing in the dead of night. Were these figments of their imagination? Or were they glimpses into the supernatural realm? The crew had their own tales to tell, doors slamming shut on their own, lights flickering erratically, voices calling out from empty rooms. Working on the Queen Mary became more than just a job. It was a constant dance with the unknown. Certain areas on the Queen Mary are notorious for their paranormal activity. These locations have become legendary among ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts, drawing visitors from all over the world who are eager to experience the supernatural for themselves. The first-class swimming pool, once a place of laughter and joy, now stands empty. The once vibrant and bustling area is now shrouded in an eerie silence, its waters still and undisturbed, creating an unsettling atmosphere. Visitors claim to hear splashing sounds. These sounds echo through the empty space, as if the pool is still in use by unseen swimmers, as if someone is still taking a dip. The ripples in the water seem to move on their own, adding to the spine-chilling experience. Some have even reported seeing a woman in a white bathing suit beckoning them closer. This spectral figure is said to appear and disappear without warning, leaving witnesses in a state of shock and disbelief. The ship's boiler room is another hotbed of paranormal energy. This area, with its dark and foreboding atmosphere, has a history of tragedy and loss. During its time as a troop ship, the Queen Mary was packed with soldiers. The ship played a crucial role during wartime, transporting thousands of troops across the ocean. Conditions were cramped and dangerous. The soldiers endured long and perilous journeys, often under the threat of enemy attacks. It's said that a sailor lost his life in the boiler room. This tragic event has left a lasting mark on the area, with many believing that his spirit still lingers. Crushed to death in a horrific accident, the gruesome nature of his death has fueled countless ghost stories and paranormal encounters. His presence is still felt today. Visitors often report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread and unease when they enter the boiler room. Unexplained banging noises and sudden drops in temperature send chills down the spines of those who dare to enter. These phenomena are often attributed to the restless spirit of the deceased sailor. But perhaps the most infamous location is Cabin B340. This cabin has gained a reputation for being one of the most haunted places on the ship. This small, unassuming cabin has been the site of countless paranormal reports. Its ordinary appearance belies the extraordinary and terrifying experiences reported by those who have stayed there. Guests have reported feeling an oppressive presence. The air in the cabin feels heavy, and many have described a sensation of being watched. The sheets have been ripped off beds in the middle of the night. This startling occurrence has left many guests too frightened to return. Some have even claimed to be physically pushed or scratched by an unseen force. These physical encounters are among the most disturbing reports from Cabin B340. The cabin is so notorious that the Queen Mary has sealed it off. The decision to close the cabin was made to protect guests from potential harm. No one is allowed to stay there. The cabin remains off limits, a silent testament to the ship's haunted history. Who are the spirits that haunt the Queen Mary? This grand ocean liner, now permanently docked in Long Beach, California, has a storied past filled with mystery and tragedy. Many believe they are the souls lost at sea. These spirits are thought to be the remnants of those who perished in the ship's long and tumultuous history, passengers and crew who met untimely ends. From tragic accidents to mysterious disappearances, their stories are etched into the very fabric of the ship. Their energy remains trapped within the ship's steel hull. The Queen Mary is like a time capsule, holding on to the echoes of the past. One of the most frequently cited apparitions is Grumpy. This spirit is known for his mischievous behavior and is often seen by visitors. A young boy who is said to have died in a tragic accident near the first-class pool. His presence is often felt by those who visit the area. He's often seen playing around the pool area, his laughter echoing through the empty space. The sound of his laughter is both eerie and heart-wrenching. Another is the Lady in White. This ghostly figure has been a part of the ship's lore for decades. A beautiful woman in a flowing white gown. Her ethereal presence is both captivating and haunting. She's been spotted in various locations throughout the ship. From the grand ballroom to the narrow corridors, her spirit roams freely. Some believe she's the spirit of a passenger who died during childbirth. Her tragic story adds to the ship's haunted reputation. Her mournful cries are said to be heard late at night. These cries are a chilling reminder of the sorrow that lingers on the ship. Then there are the sailors from the HMS Curacao. These men met a tragic fate when their ship collided with the Queen Mary during World War II. Their souls are said to wander the decks of the Queen Mary. They are often seen in their naval uniforms, forever searching for peace. Searching for peace after their sudden and tragic demise. Their restless spirits are a testament to the ship's dark history. Their presence is felt most strongly near the bow of the ship. This is where the collision occurred, leaving a lasting mark on the vessel, where the impact of the collision occurred. The bow remains a focal point for paranormal activity, drawing those who seek to connect with the past.